Alright, mini lads, this is going to be for there's probably two more videos to go, and that is going to be lead up to 2 days to do this as well, before we're going to be uploading for about two videos for this week, and I guess this isn't going to be such as much as whatsoever as well. Even that it does, that I cannot believe it that we're going to be to do this. But before I just try to do this, as we're going to be clicking on that kind of link, I rapidly going out of mind to find something out, but unfortunately, this is not able to be taking for a many hours to do this as well, as we're gonna be viewing of this comic as well. So let's start right over here for those Y/N stories be like. And starting with Blueberry Pie Cookie, she says like this, what is actually gonna be to do this as well. So the first thing, that's what we called unfortunately children's. So this looks interesting, and it's a YNN fan fictionals as well. I'm sure it won't be cringy, weird, or unrelatable at all. That's what we call foreshadowing kids. I wake up bright in the nearly and squint out. I like those things. Squint out like the bright sun. They illuminate my pale skin. I really didn't want to go to school. The girls, they're bullying me because I don't like makeup or talk about boys. I'm just not like other girls. I quickly threw my hair in a messy bun and run to school without eating breakfast. Unfortunately, this girl dies like even ourselves to do this, because this thing dies like it is. Always eat breakfast before you go to school immediately. It didn't matter because I live by myself. My parents died in a car crash. What? That's not making any sense. If that's making sense like this, but unfortunately, that shall live for its new family that we suggest to do this as well. Her real family was dead in a fatal car crash in Need for Speed Most Wanted 2005 or 2012, or most likely for some sort of a BMG, or crashed out of the cliff. I walked quickly past the popular girls as they spoke, and I could hear them testing me or tasing me. Tear picked up my eyes and ran faster. I tripped over a rock and landed clumsily at someone's feet. I wanted to curl up and die, so I could hear the popular girls laughing at me. Watch where you're going. Watch where you're going, punk. My breath hitched. I know that you voiced. Are you kidding me? I just tripped in the front of him. I slowly look it up. Yep, I have just tripped in the front of bed, like those things, or the red velvet. So yes, I just tripped in the front of the red velvets, and the hottest bad boy playboy in the school. Everybody knew his reputation and his attitude. Well, get out of those way. Get out of the way. I'm sorry I managed to shut it out, but my surprise, he winked it at me. He was not. He was hot, but I was determined not to become one of his play toys. Don't worry about this, doll. I am not your doll, I said, even though I like your nickname, and I don't like your nickname. His azure orbs darkened, or his azure orbs darkened. Yo, whenever I wanted to be, I wanted to this thing as well. I wanted to because this I own this school, which means I own you too. Tear filled my eyes as I ran away from him. I kept running until I reached the roof and not even realizing where I was going. It was really beautiful up here. I shouldn't have let him punch me over. So, I shouldn't have been stood up for myself. I felt like singing, but before I opened up my mouth, someone spoke. What is going on? This thing. No, we don't want to do it as well. And then somebody is absolutely gonna be looking onto the forehead as well. And he said, "Are you okay? I thought I heard someone and you looked a little sad." I almost gasped. But the boy was generous. His rosy orb seems to hold galaxies, and I could swear and I saw him before, on television maybe. Pull up my sweater tighter to myself as I spoke, suddenly nervous and self-consciousness, and I'm okay. Someone was just bothering me. He seems genuinely upset. He seemed generously upset and he tucked a place of my blonde hair that had fallen out of my blonde behind or bun behind of my ear. That small movement already had my ear after or affluto as well. I want him to kiss me so bad. No, I don't want to kiss this guy so bad as well. I thought, wait? He said, looking for confused. Oh no, I had said that out loud. My embarrassment stopped me from speaking. And that's enough fan friction for one day. Yep, that was all for this only one thing. As of the descriptions, can you see where I lost on motivation? Oh well, it doesn't matter anyway. Because absolutely says this is my fight song, but that's not illegal to do this as well. Cringe song is hell. Very as hell. And now we're gonna be seeing the comments, and we just have a lot of them. But how many of those things as well? Pretty a lot. The part 2 is gonna be coming slowly as anyways to do this as well, because that was pretty long that I just never mentioned to do this. Let's jump into Ari Heavenzzx as well, or like Ari Heavenzzx. I'm probably sure that isn't going to be for impossible names to speak out. He got 67 following like those guys, and 14 unlike those things. 140 followers. Loading bio. The more like those things, the more to love others. And pansexual minors who's here for no reason. Even for to do this as well, and we got user series like for this Blorbo Takeover, the OC stuff, Electric Slide Trio, and the Hacked Remastered. It has 2 user comic studios, was the Hevel Comic Studio, the Blorbus Comic Studio as well, and many of those things. It was the main artifact like itself to do this, as we're going to be seeing around of the comics as well. So let's just review the comics as we've seen from oldest to newest, not the latest like anything from this things as well. So we're going to show spoilers a lot. So we have like the latest comics like anything since, and let's go for the most popular, for the most rated to do this as well, as we're waiting to do this as well. And the most popular comics is Soldier, Pocket King, Ancient Cookies, which is actually for only of those 3 of to do this. And now we got 5, such as we got for some sort of like the Golden Cheese and the White Lily. And the YN Stories, a message to Comic Studio, and it was actually going to be for Arlie Havens as well. She uses her own comic or own comic studio to make things out and getting things a little bit even cringe as well. And now let's get into the oldest as update as well. So I'll be right here next time, as I'm gonna be trying to do like anything what I just tried to do here as well. The first comic here is I'm Ari, and here is my introduction. We cannot able to be starting to the oldest as well, because that definitely uses for some anime like those things, and including the Mirror comics. Mirror Nanny was actually a monster. even for some sort of like those monstrous things as well. So cookie advice, how to avoid dying. Like anything as well, the Chapter 2 Showdown at the Station Piggy AU. And the Chapter 1, Terror in the Castle Complete. And another one for about this, but I cannot believe that isn't going to be all of to do this. Let's just get on to the hottest comics, unlike the latest. Like there's anything that is actually pretty new, and it's pretty wild. Like the mushroom cookie, like anything as well. We can't scroll down like anything to do this, but that's all. So we might able to be reviewing for entire comic studios for those things who they are, and I cannot believe it. That is so much to do what is actually trying to do that stuff as well. So anyways, if I'm gonna be trying to continue to do this as well, and maybe I'm not sure that maybe we're gonna be trying to revisit again, or try to visit again in Heavenzzx as well. And please sure to leave a like from previous videos from the last year and the early of 2024. So the link is gonna be in the description below, and I'll talk to you mini lads all later that before that this is going to be end. So I'm ending this video right now. Thanks for watching, and I'm gonna be signing off, and I'll talk to you comic studio users all later before that until for the one more video is going to be left. And I wonder that I might able to be come back to this user, but instead is going to be staying a little bit as well, or should I just try to do it anyway? Unless that's not even to, of course, that I'll be right back for very soon, or we're gonna be come back, or just pretty right back with this username or this profile. I'll be coming back for just a little bit later on.